And hello and welcome everyone to the Comic Multiverse, where the worlds of nerd meet. Matt, we're back again. It's Saturday night. We're here with all of our friends here on the official home for the Comic Multiverse. I know people are like, wait, I thought you were re-uploading it on Joel Reed's Comics. I was, but the people auditing my channel said that's a no-no. So officially now, you can watch the show here live with Matt here on this channel, listen to it on Spotify and all the podcast apps, and then come back here again when Matt will just make the video available. Sorry for the fucking jerk around. That's just unfortunately how it is. I have to take this YouTube shit seriously, and I got a very stern but very well deserved talking to about it.
Yeah, it just made sense for us to put it up on my channel. Everyone already comes here, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably what we should have been doing from day one, honestly, where it's like, why are we giving ourselves all this extra fucking work?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where it is, just matters that it's a place where people can find it and enjoy it, for fuck's sake. And apparently, the whole thing that I learned is like, look, you re-uploading the show does nothing. You gotta like keep it in your live tab. It was described to me where it's like videos, shorts, and lives are all basically their own little worlds unto themselves, and as such, they need to be kept that way.
Yeah, it's just another fucking thing. YouTube, like, just granular, like, little things that just fuck everyone up.
I remember back in my day, you just uploaded a thing and it either succeeded or it failed. Sometimes it really does feel like we're worshiping some like arcane entities out there, and we need to like, pray in the right place and do the right kind of dance to earn the favor of the YouTube god.
Yep.
But how's your week been, Matt? How you been hanging in there?
Yeah, no, week's been good. Like yesterday was like really busy. I was telling you before, I went out to Collect Fest, which is like this big TCG retro gaming comic convention sort of thing up in the city. It's pretty good, but like you could tell like a lot of people were there just like chasing cards, like had no interest in actually playing the game, but were opening packs and trying to find those cards and everything.
I'm not going to say scalpers and speculators ruin everything, but scalpers and speculators ruin just about everything.
Yep.
That sucks. I still need to figure out if I'm going to Niagara Falls Comic-Con this year or not. I haven't heard back from them, and because it's been the weekend and because it's been Mother's Day, I haven't been able to actually raise anyone on that topic yet. It's getting to the point where because it's early June, it's like, well, shit, if I'm going to go there, I got to book a hotel pretty soon. And I didn't think it was going to be a problem. Like, it's early June. Most, conventions don't really start getting, hot and heavy until July. It turns out there's a food and wine festival and like a Junior A basketball final all in the same weekend. So I'm like, oh, fuck me. And part of me is like, damn, man, a food and wine festival. Can I go to the food and wine festival? I like foods. When I'm bored of the comic convention, can I just like sneak on in there?
Yeah, can you get like a multi-pass, whereas you can go into the convention and then you can go next door for some food, yeah.
See, absolutely. That's what we got to do, Matt. Again, forget all these like, big cons taking up all the rooms. You need like 3 smaller cons and sell a pass to all of them. It's a Comic-Con, it's a bridal show, and it's a rib fest all the same weekend. Something for kids, something for mom, something for dad.
Scalpers would ruin that too. I recently, because we just had May the 4th, they put tickets up for sale for the next Star Wars celebration, which is in LA. I got no intention of going to that or anything, but I was like looking at the tickets and like they sold out in like 20 minutes because apparently what had happened this year, last year when in Japan you could only buy 4 tickets per person, but this year, because for some reason, because it's probably fucking America, they're like, oh, we're allowed one person to buy 20 tickets. So of course all the scalpers were snatching up the tickets, and then they were immediately on eBay for like $4,000.
Jesus Christ. Again, let's suck all the fun out of anything and everything we possibly can. Again, mentioning Star Wars, we were talking about it before we started, I was sure to go to Burger King and get one of the, I think it's 5 or 6 collectible cups for Grogu and the Mandalorian, because I'm like, man, I remember when they did all these same things for like the prequels back in the day, and this is like the closest thing I have to trying to recapture that feeling. And even then, it's not much of a feeling, because you said, they have no promotional shit happening in Australia right now. What a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen posters and stuff around, but like, yeah, stuff like that, where I know for past films they did have that sort of stuff, but
So
it
much.
seems like all like, your Happy Meal stuff it was all now like geared towards like adults and collectors, quote unquote.
Uh, there was a time when Star Wars was so big, it was on every Pepsi can and
Yeah.
every bag of Doritos, and you could get lightsaber spoons with your Cheerios and dark side M&Ms and everything. Oh, what a time to be alive it was back when we were a proper nation.
Colonel Sanders was in Star Wars ads, swinging a lightsaber
Yes,
around,
he
yeah.
was. Oh my god.
With the Taco
Oh,
Bell dog.
Oh my god, that's a thing we need to do. We need to do like a riff tracks on like all the Star Wars commercials over the years, because
Oh
there has been
man,
so many.
there has, yes.
I miss those days. I miss the days of just straight up whorish promotion. I really do. Even the sequel trilogy had like a fair amount of ads and a fair amount of synergy going on there, though they were also Christmas movies, so you had this weird kind of influx of like, oh, it's Star Wars but it's also Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a weird time, wasn't it? And it wasn't even that
Was.
long ago.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess like, holiday season, but like just release them on May 4th, May when
Yeah.
they were always being released. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That would be nice. But yeah, hard to believe that movie comes out end of the month, right? We just finished up with Maul.
Yeah.
So yeah, big time for Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah.
How about that Maul finale? What'd you think?
I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, thoroughly enjoying. Hey, here's some of the best lightsaber choreography we've seen in anything animated ever. It's just so amazing. And I know I say it all the time, but damn, they just keep upping their game, filling in those animated projects, right?
Yeah, they just like they build on like what they learned from the last one, and every one of their animated projects has looked better and better and better and better, and they experiment, and that's what Maul is. It's all those like painted backgrounds. The ship that Dryden Voss arrives in, did you know that was a practical model?
No shit, really?
Yeah, they actually photographed a practical model and put it in the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I might have to go back and watch that. I know it looked great. Interesting take on Vader for this too. I know a lot of people were making, mountains out of molehills, where it's like, can you believe he doesn't speak for the whole thing? Is that because James Earl Jones is dead? I'm like, well, technically he's been dead for a while. They've had the Chad Vader guy doing his voice and everything else. I think they didn't have him talk because they wanted to make like, an artistic statement to be like, oh, Vader here is like goddamn Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees. He's a slasher villain.
Yeah, absolutely, something like that. I do feel there is maybe some credence to the fact that I think in the Obi-Wan show they did some of his voice as like it was that weird AI James L. Jones, and maybe because they got so much pushback from that, they're like, let's not do that. But I do fully believe that it was because like, oh, he just doesn't need to talk. They treat him perfectly right. Yeah, he's Jason Voorhees, just space Jason Voorhees. Killing people in the mist, and yeah, it's great.
He's a force of nature, moving as slow as he needs to, because it doesn't matter. Everyone and everything gets cut down. I also thought to myself too, I'm like, hey, do you think if Vader talked, do you think Maul would recognize his voice, or did they not have that kind of relationship where he wouldn't instantly be able to pick that out and be like, hey, you're that guy who was hanging out with Obi-Wan?
I don't think they'd pick that out, but I do know that in canon, Anakin was training from a Padawan against like training remotes that were programmed to like mimic Darth Maul's fight style. So it's like he's been training literally his entire life to deal with him.
I do love the irony, though, where it's like, if they had that moment, if Maul's like, hey, you're that kid I almost ran down on my space motorcycle on that desert planet when you were 6. What? Shut up. No, yes, and I know they met, times after that in Clone Wars and everything, but still, I just think that would be funny, that would be a real moment of like, hey, remember, Anakin, you gotta remember all the good times we had together, you, me, and Maul, remember the good times when I ran you down when you were 6, or tried to, remember the good times? But yeah, Maul, fun ending. What do you think they're going to do for season 2? Because like season 1 basically did everything I imagined they were going to do. We're probably going to see more of Devon's training.
Yeah.
Voss implies that he wants Maul's help taking out the real leader of Crimson Dawn. I forget their name. Have we seen that character before?
I don't think so. I'm not too sure.
Oh,
I'm not really too sure. I do know, like, obviously, like Crimson Dawn stuff. I feel like we're gonna have Kira come back in some big way.
Emil Clark, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, naturally. Because that's the one thing people know, where it's like, oh yeah, she ends up working for him at the end of Solo, which I still hold up as one of my favorite movie theater experiences. People being so fucking confused when Maul showed up at the end of that, and me being like, ooh, some of you don't watch the cartoons. Clearly, some of you aren't nearly as into this Star Wars shit as you thought you were.
Yeah. That was definitely one of those, like, yeah, you have to do your homework to understand this.
Yeah, right. Oh, what? Y'all don't watch Clone Wars? Y'all aren't up on your new continuity? Y'all didn't see that? Yeah, clearly we know who just the regular old Joe and Jane popcorns are. No, I can't explain it to you. It involves spider legs and night sisters. We'll be here all day if I have to explain this.
Yeah, he has a brother. Don't worry about it. He gets killed by by Emperor Palpatine. It's fine. It's okay.
Wait, what? Yeah, he got killed by Palpatine when he tried to take over Boba Fett's planet of Mandalore. Wait, what? Yes, also that. Well, see, he got the Darksaber, which is this black lightsaber, because Vizsla was a Jedi and a Mandalorian. Wait, what? Just, don't worry about it. Don't worry. They're never going to make a sequel to Solo, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, God, that's funny. But yeah, I imagine that the season 2 is going to be all of that. All of the Crimson Dawn stuff.
And then you run into the problem too, where it's like, okay, so if this second season Maul is popular too, how long do you think they can reasonably do it before it's like, okay, when do you run out of Maul material? I guess he was an old guy when Ezra found him in Rebels. So how many years do you think they have left to fill?
Well, he wasn't really an old guy. He was pretending to be. He was luring Ezra into that false sense of security. I imagine they've probably got at least 3 or 4 seasons. It depends on the time jump. It depends on how, like, where are we going to pick up right after, a couple of months later, a year later? Yeah,
I guess the Clone Wars haven't been over for that long in this show, but they already have turned over to stormtroopers. I guess the Rebels ends like right around the time they're building the first Death Star.
Yeah, they start learning about the first Death Star. You got all that stuff in Geonosis, and not too long before that.
I guess they could do a whole season of Maul being like, oh, and then I decided to, search for ancient Sith holocrons and everything, and it brought me to the weird-ass temple from the end of Rebels. Actually, no, that's not true, because Palpatine actually brought him there before. Because I think there's an in-canon comic where they go there, and it's the first time in the books we see cross-hilted lightsabers. So, okay, shit, so technically he was there once before.
Yeah, he knows about Malachor and everything, yeah.
Okay, which is crazy in and of itself. Well, hey, that's probably shit he'll have to teach Devin. Now, let me teach you Sith 101.
Yeah. And then just on top of that, we've got like Lawson. Like, we did see him get shot, but we didn't see him die. And
Nobody, no death.
Yeah, and then stuff. I'm sure they'll bring Two Boots back at some point, somewhere, somehow. Lawson will have rescued him or something.
He'll just be a talking head. He'll be like an iPad.
Yeah.
We'll have to see Lawson's wife, too, which did you notice they do something very clever with Lawson's wife? We know she works for the Empire, and we know that's what kind of broke up their family. When she talks to her son ever so briefly there, they do a great animation trick where her hair is covering her badge, so we don't actually get to see how high-ranking she might actually be within the Empire.
Yeah. I think she has to be pretty high, because she's got like a kind of like an officer's sort of uniform. I think it's hinted at, like, she's like some sort of officer, or like science division or something. Maybe. Yeah.
She's a Moff. She's a Moff we didn't know about.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be a cool reveal.
Yeah, hey, your mom is a fucking Moff and you didn't even know about it. Because I'm like, clearly there has to be a reason for that. Either that or the animators like couldn't agree on it, where it's like, okay, we don't actually know how high ranking she is. It's just have her hair cover the badge.
Yeah.
I love it when they do shit like that. I really, really do. But yeah, so that was Maul. Maul was cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. What else do we have going on this week? Mother's Day is tomorrow here in Canada at the time of recording. I had a whole big plan to surprise my mother with breakfast today. I was going to order everything over to her house. It was going to be great. And then I called her and she's like, "Oh no, I'm actually out for the day." I'm like, "Oh shit, you don't normally go out on set." God damn it. So basically my mother ghosted me by having more of a social life than me. I thought I was going to be cool. And she ended up totally surprising me.
You're feeling left out. Where are you going? What can I come?
Yeah. Basically, I'm like, I don't have any plans. I thought you weren't going to have any plans, but I thought I was doing something nice for you. Now it's like, well, I wish someone did something nice for me. Fine, I'll just sit here and edit comic videos, I guess. Tevia helping us out in the chat. Any opinions on the new Star Fox game and the MK2 movie? Like I said, I'm not a hardcore Nintendo guy. I have my Switch. I don't think I've actually... I probably played the first Star Fox game. I haven't played any since. The new MK movie looks all right. It's getting good reviews. You've seen it, Matt.
I have, yeah. It's all right. I still consider Kano the best part of the movie. He's not in it all that much, but he definitely is the best part of that movie.
Boy, is he. He's the one part I remember from one where I'm like, okay, I guess you nailed it.
The one thing I hate, it sucks so much because they bigged up this movie as like, this is for the fans, and they fucking take Kano and they resurrect him, and they have to give him that cybernetic eye thing he has in the game. But instead of having like the big piece of metal, they do the thing where they give it to him as like the magic, but it's inside, so he's just got his normal face. And he can shoot the eye. And so I'm like, just give him the fucking eye patch thingy. Just give it to him.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. I do like as well, they kill off the OC Do Not Steal character from the first movie very fucking quickly. And they do it in a way where it's like, okay, like, yeah, characters can come back in Mortal Kombat. They do it in a way where it's like, yeah, he's not coming back.
All the time.
He's not coming back.
Which, yeah, don't you love it when series do that? Where it's like, okay, is all forgiven? Are you still mad at us from what we did before?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't even blame that first movie. Like, clearly that OC character was like, well, here's a bunch of studio notes all congealed into a single character.
Yeah.
No, you need an everyman ride-along character for people to understand what's going on in Mortal Kombat. I mean, they didn't do that in the other things, and people understood just fine. No, you need it, and maybe he's Scorpion's son, or maybe he is Scorpion. Okay, he's none of those things, actually.
I just don't understand why they didn't make the guy who plays Liu Kang the main character, because he's kind of the main character of this second film. He gets a lot more to do with this in the second film. So I was like, why not just make it? He's funny. He's very likable, very charismatic. A lot more charismatic than the other guy.
Yeah, and also, hey, we got Billy Butcher here as
Johnny Cage.
Not quite. Yeah, Johnny Cage, not quite Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I'm like, okay, that's actually a pretty fun bit of casting to cast him as a slightly over-the-hill former action star of his day. Okay, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right. I do like that they get to his like arcana power by telling him that like, oh, this is all just like a movie. So he plays the character Johnny Cage. He isn't Jonathan Cage. He plays the character. It's very funny.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that is pretty good. That also reminds me too. I think NetherRealm said they're actually pretty close to starting work on the new Injustice game.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's going to be a new Injustice or whether it's just another fighting game, but I imagine it's going to be Injustice because that's really fucking popular.
It was a cash cow.
Yeah.
Are we in agreement if they do another Injustice, they're probably going to need to start a brand new story? Because Injustice 2 pretty much finished off the story pretty unequivocally. And then you have all the different comics where they have more or less filled in every little piece of the timeline they possibly can. So to less risk undoing all those things, I feel they have to need to start a new story.
Yeah, it has to be a brand new storyline. They'd be leaving money on the table if they didn't be like, okay, well, it's in the Injustice world, but it's DCKO. And it's just DC. They're fighting like, you can bring in your Mortal Kombat characters because in DCKO they fought Sub-Zero and Scorpion and all of these other characters.
I wonder if they're afraid to do that because they're like, well, if we do that, if we just turn it into a fighting tournament game, then we're just ripping off Mortal Kombat again. To which I would say that doesn't matter. Here's my pitch for a new thing. In fact, I'm probably going to make this into a full video when I flesh out the idea more. Call the game Injustice 3 Warworld. And the idea is that Mongol, maybe in this one he actually got the Fires of Ulgrim from the Warworld saga, and now he has filled his entire arena with not just heroes and villains from his world, but from across the multiverse. And then you get to see a. So, hey, here's absolute Batman, everyone. He's here. Here's Kingdom Come Wonder Woman. And they all have to fight together on the same team. And then you're like halfway point, like Chapter 5, because they love doing this where you change perspective and you play a different character in the story mode. Chapter 5, hey, who's that special ringer we've got locked up over there? Oh, it's Injustice Superman. Here he is, and he's older now.
Yeah, you can definitely do something like that. Yeah, you could just adapt like the Warworld saga storyline. Yeah, have all those. You can introduce characters like Manchester Black, and who are actually in the Warworld saga storyline. All those characters. Absolutely. Yeah.
Midnighter, who has been born to be a fighting game player. Midnighter.
Yeah.
You could get heroes from across time too, like, oh, it's Sergeant Rock and Jonah Hex and, the Blackhawks and everything. They're also here.
Yeah.
Because, if we're going in the multiverse, nothing is off limits and you can bring in characters from everywhere. Hell, you can bring in some characters like, oh, hey, it's Deathstroke, but it's Deathstroke from the Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe game. It's the same guy.
Yeah.
Just to really mess with people and to be like, oh, look, we pay attention. And then that way you don't have to write anything particularly new or daring, and the plot is literally just the plot from Gladiator. The Tenno says there, Kenny Omega. Yeah, Kenny Omega from AEW can also show up because we now know AEW wrestling is in the DC multiverse.
Yeah. He's joined that multiversal wrestling league from DC. Yes, and that's how he gets into it. Yeah.
Hey, look, Kenny loves video games, and he's technically already been in the Yakuza franchise, so yeah, I'm sure he would love to be here as well. And then from there, we actually get Kazuma Kiryu to show up in this as well, but he can't hit women, so that's a problem. Legitimately, that's the only reason that Kazuma Kiryu hasn't been a guest character in anything. They wanted him to show up in a couple fighting games, but the creator of the Yakuza series is like, nah, sorry, he can't hit women, so we can't have that. I'm like, well, good for having morals and sticking to them, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, shame, because I think the Yakuza series could actually make for an excellent fighting game. All right, then we want to talk about the news this week, Matt. There's not a ton of topics, but there's definitely some worthwhile stuff to chew on.
There is.
All right, so starting off, hey, a big Superman event slated for August. The Kingdom of ZOD will be starting sooner than we think. And tell us all about this, Matt, because you're more plugged into what's going on in all the Superman books. Why should we be excited, and what should we probably need to read to get hyped for this?
Well, we should be excited for this because this has basically been hinted at and built up over the last 2 years of comic books.
It has been, hasn't it?
This all started back in 2024 with the Kneel Before ZOD storyline, where Zod was out in space and doing all this stuff. Ursa died. He's got to deal with like an unruly son. He gets kidnapped and tortured and sent to prison, and then he comes back at the end of that with like a complete army he's taken over like a prison ship, and he's got like an army of prisoners now. We also know that because of absolute power, Lois ended up with his powers, whereas it was strongly implied that it was Zod's powers. And we know that as well because Zod was actually very powerless at the end of Kneel Before Zod, and the little bit we saw in that absolute power special. So he's come looking for his powers, I guess, and I guess that brings him back to Earth. And we also got hints of that in recent Superman books when Superman was going around with Time Trapper, because Time Trapper mentions Zod hasn't come back because Superman still has his left eye. Yeah. And I guess this also means that Superman's going to be coming back, August or something.
Yes, I think they said that this is going to coincide with Superman issue number 1000 or Legacy number 1000.
Yeah, Action Comics 1100. Yeah.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
some big milestone, basically. So a big Superman milestone in
Hmm.
numbering the return of Superman, who we all knew was going to come back
Hmm.
sooner or later, and then boom, we're heading right into Kingdom of Zod. Also, apparently, what you were telling me about what's going on in the Supergirl book right now with Kandor and
Yep.
all of them, that's also going to actually play very heavy into this as well.
Yep. I have to imagine, because remember, I think it was Joshua Williamson. I think it actually was Joshua Williamson. He wrote the Batman Superman World's Finest book, where they dealt with Zod trying to steal Kandor and bring them back to life through the
Mm.
Lazarus Pit.
Yes, that was very early on. And yeah, they
Mm.
became zombie Kryptonians. Yeah, who were
Yeah.
also very tiny. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, so maybe he's trying to get Kandor again? Because
Probably.
Supergirl's in Kandor at the moment and dealing with Kandor and everything.
And they're being dicks, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, they really. I mean, yeah, they exiled Superman. Superman's not welcome there anymore.
Yeah, the old-timey Kandorians became a bunch of little tiny-ass boomers and everything who
Yeah,
might
yeah,
actually be willing to throw in with someone like Zod now.
yeah,
Before they wouldn't, but maybe now they would.
yeah, exactly.
And if you are Zod, it's like, oh, I need to restart the Kryptonian race. Oh, well, we got a ready-made supply of Kryptonians right here. Didn't they take the zombie Kandorians and didn't they make a big deal about like, oh, we had to freeze them.
Yeah,
We froze them until
yeah,
we know how to heal them.
yeah. I don't think that storyline has come back yet. I don't
No,
think
I don't think
so.
so either.
And if this is being written by like the Superman editors, Joshua Williamson's in there, so maybe he's like, haha, I'll bring this idea back.
If he wrote it, he definitely remembered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But yeah, that sounds cool. It's been a while since we've had a good old-fashioned big Superman event, so sign me up for this, especially because we're living in such a good era of Superman.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We got some art from it too, and a thing that I'm sure will make people sad, and a thing that I don't hear anyone talking about. We see John on there, and the solicitation is sure to mention that he's actually still Tomorrow Man by
Yep.
the time this story happens. They do not mention the other John.
Yeah.
They do not mention Kid John anywhere, which makes you think, oh, is Slott going to be done with that story by
As I
then?
said, that's only a thing that's going to be hanging around for probably Reign of the Superboys, and then they got to put the toys back in the box. It always happens, and yeah.
I got caught up on Unlimited too. I actually do love that scene where little John's like, "Oh, I'm back. I love you, Mom." Lois, "Oh, I love you too. We can make up for lost time." And then Damien leaves and he shoots him that dirty look like
Yeah.
like the dog in The Simpsons with the shifty eyes. Then
Yeah.
later at the cave, he's making a kryptonite batarang, and Batman's like, "What are you doing, son? Kryptonite batarang? Don't trust something about that, John. Good
Yeah.
boy."
Yeah, yeah, and he's right to. A super son who has returned thanks to a fourth dimensional demon. Yeah, there's something not right about this.
I just love the idea that Batman is so proud of it. It's like, oh, yeah, that's the Wayne family paranoia for you right there. Yes, he's your best friend, but you should also find a way to kill him in case you might need to.
But yeah, that art that we see is really cool. We get to see the Crypto Knights from El Caldero, which will be involved in this as well. I do like as well, they hint at like maybe some time travel stuff, because we have the young Clark holding the body of the older Clark, and he looks like he's fresh from DCKO because he's still got the Dawn Hammer arm wraps on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. I think everything Wade's been building up in that new Action Comics thing is like, yeah, well, obviously he's going to follow the Leaguers back to the present. That's how these stories go.
Yeah, he's going to learn something, and then probably by the end of it, he'll forget through memory stuff. Maybe he comes in contact with like Saturn Girl or something, and she wipes his memory or something.
Or Martian Manhunter's like, gotta wipe your brain. Actually, Martian Manhunter's not as powerful as he used to be.
No.
They haven't gone back to that story in a bit, but he's
Not
lost
yet.
like his god tier powers.
Yeah, he's not as strong as he used to be.
Yeah, they haven't quite followed up on that yet. Mike Manhattan with a good one in the chat. Oh, if that's the case, Dan Slott's going to have to hide from the Superboy fans after this. This is Dan Slott. He dealt with Spider-Man fans for over a decade. You can't scare this man. Nothing scares this man.
Yeah, he dealt with Spider-Man fans, and they're like the worst.
Yeah, right? He's like, I'm hardened. If you're going to come for the king, don't miss, motherfucker. I ain't scared of you. You know how scary Spider-Man fans are? Very. You know how many death threats I've had? Many. And I never had to get a bodyguard, unlike Zeb Wells. I'm my own bodyguard, damn it. Dan Slott, judo chop. Dan Slott, judo throw. That's the new lore I'm making up right now, that Dan Slott is actually like an 8th degree black belt master. He just doesn't tell people about it.
Yeah,
He's very humble.
And people don't suspect him because he's like a bald bearded tubby guy.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. It's like that. It's that little Asian guy joke on the Simpsons. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything yet.
I said this last week, but I've been catching up on so many kung fu movies: Ip Man, Killzone, Shadow, and everything. And I cannot tell you the amount of movies I have watched in the last couple of weeks that do just that. But that guy in the suit hasn't done anything yet. There's still 15 minutes left in the movie. How do I know he's going to be the best that there ever was? Oh, he is. There he is. He's jumping off fucking walls and he's doing crazy shit. And he has like a bunch of needles in his wrists for no reason. Seriously, the last 15 minutes of that movie, Killzone 2 with Tony Jaa, is out of this fucking world where I'm like, oh my God. Like, the rest of the movie is just okay, but that last 15 minutes, they go so fucking hard, it's amazing. Also, there's that new one they got coming out called The Furies. I don't know if it's Thai or Malaysian or something, but I know a lot of people who are really into martial arts movies are like, oh, this is like the raid for this year. Like, oh, you need to see this. Everyone is going to be copying this.
Yeah, I keep seeing like people on Twitter talking about it, or like the like kung fu accounts and everything. And like, this is fucking amazing. I'm like, where can I watch it? When can I watch it?
And of course, with all these foreign films, it's like it probably a couple years. If you don't hit up like the film festival scene, you probably won't be able to see this.
It's crazy. It's still like that in 2026, where it's like you can understand. It's like late 90s, early 2000s. You get the bootleg tape from Hong Kong or something.
Oh yes.
But now in the era of streaming and putting things up online, you think you'd be like, oh yeah, I'll be able to watch it the same day as everyone else.
Right, like you would think they would want that, right? The Chinese studios, where it's like, oh, we have a built-in audience in the West who will pay top dollar to see this right away.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a national pride thing too, because that's another thing I've kind of noticed about some of the best Chinese martial art films there, where it's like, oh yeah, these are also kind of raw propaganda pieces at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I love Ip Man. I watched that one last night, and it's like, yeah, this is a real dude who really existed, and he would go on to train Bruce Lee. But did you know he also fought against the evil forces of the Imperial Japanese, and he beat them all up single-handedly in World War II? And I'm like, I don't think that happened like that, but it's pretty badass when you showed it on screen. And he did it for the glory of the People's Republic, which didn't technically exist yet, but he did it for them, I assure you. There's literally a bit at the end of Ip Man where they're like, and after that, China won the war with Japan. I'm like, well, it was a world war, guys. It wasn't just you guys. And like, I think everyone else helped. I mean, one country did drop a bomb on another country. But,
there's a big nuclear-shaped thing you're missing there.
Nope. Again, Ip Man did it all himself. He single-handedly defeated the Japanese. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you about this. Because we said it, it is true. Even that movie too, what is it, like Jet Li's last wuxia movie I really like there, Fearless. There's a whole point in that too where it's like, yes, he was an arrogant kung fu guy, but he learned to be a better friend, student, and parent than he ever possibly could be before. And then just like when the movie's over, no, we need you, Fearless, to help defeat all the other fighters from all over in the world who are trying to step on Chinese diplomacy. And he's like, okay, then I will beat the American boxer and the German spear guy and the Japanese karate man. I will kill him with my bare hands. Also a great movie, by the way. Like, literally the last 15 minutes of that movie, it becomes it becomes Street Fighter in the end, literally.
Oh, that's great.
It's great shit. See these movies if you haven't ever. They're very fun. But so there's your Kingdom of Zod news. Big new Superman event coming. Hey.
Yeah, and then that's just hot on the heels of isn't Batman about to go on a one called Bad Seeds?
Yes, Bad Seed, which is the Poison Ivy Bat family all fighting Vandal Savage right now. We'll talk about that in what we read this week, because that took a major turn this week.
Yep.
Yeah, we got Bad Seed coming, but not to feel completely left out. Marvel also had a big announcement this week. One where I'm kind of like, I don't know how to feel about this. They're announcing the Marvel Midnight imprint, or maybe it's an event, or maybe they're
Yeah,
being very coy
a
about it right now.
universe or something. Yeah, it's
Again, it's promotional material that's supposed to get you thinking. It's supposed to capture your attention, which to their favor, it worked. I am
hmm hmm
invested in seeing what the hell it is. The tagline is Marvel Midnight, the light had its turn. And a lot of people have been very quick to be like, oh, is this your new thing to replace the outgoing Ultimate Universe? Is this your new imprint? Is this your new series of books? And is the
hmm
gimmick this time they're all going to be more horror based? Kind of like the Absolute Universe.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that. And they didn't announce any. I didn't miss like announced who was writing it, right? They just announced that there was something new coming. They haven't said anything, right?
No. They did actually announce a couple writers that
Oh,
are going to be
okay.
involved. Hickman's going to be involved in it,
Yeah,
which
makes
again
sense.
makes me think, hey, wasn't he involved in the last one? Philip Kennedy Johnson is going to be involved in
Ooh.
this one, as is who's the guy right? Benjamin Percy, the guy who's writing
Ooh.
Punisher right now, and was writing Ghost Rider, which naturally leaves a lot of people to believe where it's like, okay, so this sure sounds like you're trying to build a brand new horror imprint over here, which I guess we can't really blame you for it because between Immortal Hulk, Incredible Hulk, Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, some of your biggest hits right now are all horror books or are superhero things that have horror tints to them. Obviously, one of the major deciding factors in the Absolute Universe's popularness is that they just kind of let Scott Snyder go absolutely fucking ham as a
Yep.
horror writer and being like, I'm going to actually make this shit scary and disgusting now in a way that I could never get away with in the main universe.
hmm
So you could see very easily as an outsider looking in where it's like, wait a minute, Marvel, is this you fucking trend chasing? Is this just you being like, we can do Absolute too? Even though it's like, no, you were doing
Yeah.
Absolute. It was called the Ultimate Universe. You were doing it. You can't just end it and start again over
Yeah.
here.
You were doing it. It was fucking great. You just couldn't handle it for some reason. I don't get it.
Yeah, again, did you ditch it because of the socio-political commentary? Because it's starting to seem like that's the only reason. And then they're
Yeah.
like, oh, well, these were only going to be 2 years. I'm like, well, if it was only going to be 2 years, then why is it so obvious that all these creative
Yeah.
teams weren't done yet?
Yeah, yeah. You just look at the Ultimates book and you can see, like, yes, this story was meant to be an arc. This story was meant to be two arcs.
Also, if you think the Absolute Universe is successful only because of, the horror trappings, then boy, did you get that wrong. Boy, are you incorrect. Yes, it's one of the friggin', tools in their, chest and everything, but there's so much other things going on. It's the freshness, it's the daringness, it's the fact that anything can happen. And yeah, it's the socio-political commentary, which is admittedly not nearly as loud as it was in the new Ultimate Universe. Again, I see all the time from people who don't get it. Where it's like, well, this is just dumb. This is just over the top grittiness and try hardness. No, it isn't. They're actually saying something here. You just either haven't seen it or are willfully trying to ignore it.
Yes, it's that media illiteracy we were talking about last week.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, look, could it work while also being incredibly shameless? Yes. I know you and I said this before, where it's like, look, if you're ending the Ultimate Universe now, it shows me that you don't really have much faith in alternate imprints and, side universes to your universe. If this does end up being what I think it is and just like, oh, it's a more horror take on the Ultimate Universe, why should I be willing to invest my time and my energy into collecting and reading these stories and everything if I know you might just get cold feet
Yeah,
like you did with Ultimate Universe 2.0 and just absolutely pull the plug on it for any reason. Pull the
yeah,
plug when people were liking it and it
yeah.
was selling and doing good.
I still like my conspiracy theory is like with that Ultimate Universe. I think it had to do with the fact that like Ultimate Spider-Man was selling so fucking well. The main
Mm,
Spider-Man office got jealous that they were doing all the things the fans wanted and weren't
mm.
generating that anger hype, that rage bait stuff. So they're like, yeah, get rid of it.
Were they worried where it's like, oh no, this might actually cut into the sales of our
Yep.
most popular book, Amazing Spider-Man?
Yep, I guarantee you. That's my conspiracy take. It just that's what it feels like to me. What was going on there?
So it was a completely ego-driven choice and nothing else. God, I would love to know. I would love to get someone high up at Marvel, like drunk at a convention one year, and be like, okay, what was the deal? Why?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think it was that my conspiracy theory where I'm like, okay, well, maybe Hickman only wanted to be involved for 2 years. Maybe he was ready to bolt when he was done. And they're like, well, if we don't have a Hickman Spider-Man, we don't trust anyone else to write it. And if we're going to get rid of that, we don't trust the rest of the line. We might as well junk everything.
Yeah, well, and also you got to remember, like, Hickman finished up on Ultimates, and then they're like, "Oh, here's our cosmic universe. Do your thing." And they didn't. They barely even finished that Imperial book, and they're like,
yeah,
nah. So, and then they're giving him this as well, where he's one of many creators in this, but like, it's like, are they trying to like strike gold again with like the Ultimates? But like, again, like we said, they're not going to commit to anything because they're scared or something.
Right, where it's like, come on, Hickman, you're the goose that lays the golden eggs. Give us a Secret Wars. Give us a Krakoa era. Come on, do it. Do your thing. Do it. And he's like, well, I'm trying to do it, but you guys, don't really seem to respect my methods here.
Yeah.
This also comes on the heels, too. Apparently, Benjamin Percy is now exclusive with Marvel for the next 2 years. He signed a big 2-year contract.
Yeah, so is this how long this is going to last? 2 years?
Right. And doesn't that sound funny to say, like, ooh, he signed a big 2-year contract? 2 years isn't a long time at all. In comics, it is. In comics, exclusivity for 2 years is a very long time. Look at how many writers do other stuff. Again, Dennis Camp, who's blowing up and is having a major moment now. He wrote for Ultimates and he wrote for Absolute.
Yeah. At the same time.
It looks like yeah, and his Absolute book doesn't look to be slowing down anytime soon, so...
Well, Martian Manhunter is coming to an end in issue 12.
Yes, that's right.
But I have a feeling he's going to come back for something else, because I know Scott Snyder said that The Martian is a big part of like the big first crossover with all of these books. So Yeah.
I'm assuming we're not done with him yet.
No.
Hell, it's getting to be such a weird time for, comic books and taste there. The Zatanna book that came out last week, the Jamal Campbell book, that one was #1. That one, like, outsold Superman, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I have a feeling as well it's because of the art. People love Jamal's art.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and he gets to write now and gets to be more involved than ever. And also, hey, I think, some other comic YouTubers out there making some very good, positive inroads there with their whole DC So White thing, to be like, look, it's not just the fact that there's less black faces on the covers of DC books than ever before, but also behind the scenes. This is a beautiful book with a character people like, with pretty much, I think, an entirely black creative team behind the scenes behind it. So that hopefully that's people putting their money where their mouth is. It's like, hey, if you support this book, hopefully they will give Jamal and others more work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's Marvel Midnight. I don't know what to think about it, because on one hand, it's like, look, if this is just, we're going to take what we did with Hulk and Moon Knight and all this other stuff and do it to other characters, I mean, all right, fair enough, because I mean, those are good. I've actually caught up. I think I'm like a little over halfway into Philip Kennedy Johnson's Incredible Hulk now, to where I'm like, okay, yeah, if you worked this magic with other characters, I could see it actually picking up, because it's not even just here's cool horror stuff with interesting monsters of the week and everything, but nice short conceit arcs there. They don't like take up too much of your time. They're very easy to read, and the arcs aren't very long at all. They're like 2 or 3 issue arcs with like fun stuff breaking it up.
That's cool, yeah.
Pierce helping us out there in the chat there. Justice League Dark versus Mirror Man arc was cool. Yeah.
Mirror Man's going to be a big part of Absolute coming up too.
So I've heard. I actually need to catch up on some of those books. I'm behind.
So
I would like to check that out. I mean, if they did a Marvel Midnight line, who else do you think they need to have in there? I mean, do they fold in the books that are already doing good, like Moon Knight, like Hulk?
Yeah.
Or do they... Because it looks like Hulk is probably going to get reset in time for the movie. Do we have just a horror Hulk in this? Do they just keep Infernal Hulk going? over in another book? Do you know they make a scarier Moon Knight? I mean, maybe Blade can finally have a book that lasts a minute. That'd be nice.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see him, like, you could like fold over like Punisher as well.
Yeah.
Like I think if he'd fit, especially if, like, I mean, they haven't announced it. Is it going to be a bit more for like mature readers or anything? I mean, he'd fit in pretty well. Yeah.
I mean the Absolute universe isn't for mature readers, but it definitely feels like it probably should be.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like they don't have a warning label on it, but maybe they should. I mean, again, I looked into it. Benjamin Percy's Ghost Rider actually ran for like 5-6 volumes, plus like a Wolverine crossover and a spinoff in Hellverines. And I'm like, that's pretty fucking good that you got a Ghost Rider book to that many volumes, where lots of these other books, like goddamn New Avengers, gets canceled at 10 now. So
yeah, he was working some magic back then.
yeah, so maybe you do need to like actually start looking at some of your niche characters. Maybe people are hungry for more horror takes on the characters. I'm trying to think, who else could you horror up pretty easily? Yeah, Punisher would be one, but you should be careful because remember they made him like an avenging angel once and everyone hated it so much.
Frankenstein, yeah.
Ooh, Elsa Bloodstone. Maybe Elsa Bloodstone and Man-Thing can actually have a book. That'd be nice.
That'd be, yeah, man. And Werewolf by Night. Yeah, all those guys.
Yeah, there's a good, horror-centric Marvel universe out there. Ooh, maybe they can bring back Red Wolf. Someone in the chat mentioned Red Wolf, and I'm like, I liked Red Wolf. Is he still in the present? I don't think they ever sent him back.
Is Dracula still alive, or did he die during Blood Harvest or Blood War or whatever the fuck that blood event was?
I believe he did survive. Yeah, maybe Dracula will have a book. Dracula's had books before at Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bloodtastic Dracula. Dracula in the Drac Pack. Hey, remember when they did Howling Commandos again, but that was horror-based? Bring that back.
Yeah. Bring back David Dastmalchian to write it as well. Oh, no, he did Creature Commandos.
He did Creature Commandos. Well, he can write this, too. We can get him in on it. I'm sure he'll do it. But, yeah, what was it? It was like, it was Werewolf by Night, Man-Thing, and I think Hitmonkey was on that team too. It's like Hitmonkey's not scary, and it's like, oh come on, no, he's a little monkey who can stab and shoot you. That's pretty scary, and also the monkey sees a ghost, so there you go. So it's not that hard. So yeah, so Hitmonkey's gonna be the flagship book of Marvel Midnight is what we're saying.
Now I wonder if this ends up being a different universe or akin to Absolute. I wonder what they're gonna do, because they also have Marvel, I think. Somewhere at least between now and whenever Midnight happens, they're releasing that Alex Ross book, which is like an alternate universe Marvel universe that he's drawing and writing, where it's like all the different, like all the origins are like slightly off by something. I can't remember. It's called Generations or something like that. Yeah. I haven't heard about anything like that since it was announced, and it was announced in like Entertainment Weekly and all that stuff, and then we didn't hear anything about it.
I mean, like, whenever Alex Ross does a thing, you don't have to do much promotion for. It's like, hey, it's the guy who draws the most beautiful comic pages ever, these beautiful moving paintings here. He's doing a new thing. Did you like the book Marvels? Yeah, you did. Well, now you get to see this again. It's basically that, but again, I mean, I guess I'm cautiously optimistic about Marvel Midnight, but man, they got a lot working against them in this, and they are going to need to impress out the fucking gate, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, they need to, get on that bandwagon. It's like, you're like 2-3 years now behind Absolute.
And also, like, guys, Ultimate Universe 2.0 ain't even cold in the fucking ground yet, and you're already announcing this? That seems gauche, I'm not gonna lie.
This is on top of that Ultimates Reborn thing that they're doing as well, which is like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Well, it's over, but it's not really over, and also you should at least know what the origin boxes are, because that's also going to be the backbone of Armageddon, which might lead to something or something, we don't know.
Yeah, the Ultimate Universe is sticking around, but no more political commentary.
Yeah, oh, you mean none of the good stuff?
That's the only change. That's the only change.
Yes, we took out things that might actually make our paymasters and Fox News angry. Did you see there's an artist out there, I'm blanking on his name, but he actually did some very funny like parody covers where it's like Absolute Avengers and like everyone just has shaved heads and scowls. And I'm like, okay, see, that's a funny joke because no one actually has a shaved head in the new Absolute Universe. In fact, if anything, everyone has more hair and more shit on them than they ever had before. So that's a great joke. And also, I wonder, like, is this like an internal comic book artist being like, yeah, they're already floating some ideas about what they want their version of an Absolute Marvel to be, and it's like, yeah, it's just shaved head and scowls. Thor has an eye patch, which he sometimes has and sometimes hasn't. They're great bits if you search them on Twitter. I think they've done like Absolute X-Men and Absolute Avengers, and the joke is always like coming February 37, so like coming never. It's a good bit. Oh, hey, speaking of Absolute Batman and speaking of different imprints there, Snyder mentioned this week that we will actually be getting an official Absolute Batman team up with the Prime Universe Matt Fraction Batman sometime next year in 2027.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be like a big hint towards the Absolute Crisis of Infinite Earths. You know, they're setting that stuff sort of up in Justice League Unlimited at the moment, so I imagine that's going to happen. I know like they've got the big Absolute event coming up, which is being written by Jason Aaron.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what this is going to look like, because I think as it stands right now, these Batman could not be more different, especially from these two writers. Where Matt Fraction, I think, has gone out of his way to really try and make a kinder, more gentler, more human Batman.
Yep.
Where over in the Snyder book right now, it's like, dude, he doesn't even know if he wants to be Bruce Wayne anymore. Yep. He's thinking he just needs to devote himself fully to being Batman, becoming the mask, becoming the gimmick. And I'm like, ooh, this would actually be really fun to see these two characters bounce off each other. And we already kind of saw them get in each other's head at the end of DCKO, where big roided up Absolute Batman is like, fucking rich boy.
I kind of hope as well, because like you can see where the story would go, where like they meet and like Prime Earth Batman teaches Absolute Batman that he needs that, you know, separation between Batman and Bruce Wayne. I'd love for that, and then, you know, Absolute Batman goes back to his Earth and realizes, oh fuck, I don't need that at all. That's stupid. That's gonna get me killed. I'm gonna be more Batman.
Yeah, that's the thing where it's like, yeah, that might work in your universe, but not mine.
Have them trade places. Have them trade places for a little bit, and then the Prime Universe Batman comes back, and he's just like he's been driven insane by like what this Batman has to deal with on a daily basis.
That would be really fun. Have them swap for like a day. What do you mean I don't have my money here? What do you mean I have like 10 day jobs I have to go to make money? What do you mean Alfred's alive, but he's kind of a dick and not even really my friend?
Yeah, wow, Prime Universe Batman looks really big now. What the fuck?
Yeah, right. Hey, Bruce, what's going on with you? Oh, I have a family who loves me and a big house. This place is great. Oh, I had a butler, but he's dead. Oh, that sucks. But I have like 10 children who love me. It's just big giant Batman having ice cream with Damian and like playing golf with Dick and everything and shooting guns with Jason. I love you all so much. He just gets to have a great time. Like, yeah, it sucks my parents are dead and everything, but I have more love here than I have anywhere else. And like he meets like regular Joker. It's like, oh, you're just a regular guy. Punch. Well, that was easy. You mean you're not a Lovecraftian nightmare who may or may not be in league with the dark forces that corrupted my world? No, I'm a crazy clown. Well, this rich boy's got it super easy over here, is all I'll say. Yeah, make it just like weirdly wholesome is what I want. Absolute Batman's best day.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to go home.
Yeah, no, you can't make me go back. Me and Steph are doing our hair later. It's gonna be great. All right, so that's that news. Everyone wanna hop into what we read this week, Matt? I think I only had like 4 books this week, which is less for me.
Yeah,
but I think I made some okay videos.
Didn't read all that much. I did mostly shorts this week because I was quite busy.
Yeah, I got to get back to doing those too because I've officially run out of all the shorts I made last week.
Yeah.
Also, my Daredevil costume visual history is underperforming. It's been a day and it only has like 930 views. Everyone go and watch that. Everyone, I worked very hard on it, and so few people seem to give a shit. It's like, hey man, Born Again's over. We don't care. We're done with Daredevil now until he inevitably comes back. Meanwhile, I did the same thing with the Punisher 4 weeks ago, and it performed. I don't know what you people want in costumes. All right, so I guess, hey, speaking of Batman, we had that this week. We had the big new Matt Fraction Batman story, number 9, and oh man, after 2 issues in a row that were kind of talky and kind of downbeat and everything, this one really turned the friggin' knob to 11, didn't it?
It did. We finally, like, Vandal is finally making his moves, basically, on everyone.
Yep, Mayor Poison Ivy has given him the go-ahead. The Bat Crime Family, as they call them, are officially public enemies number 1, and we're going to raid all their safe houses and steal all their shit. So it's a mad dash of Batman and the few sidekicks he could get together, Duke, Stephanie, and a few, was it Damian was the other one there, to try and get everything they can in one night. And I'm like, oh, that's nice that they remember that Steph and Duke exist, and they get to have some fun in this issue.
Yeah, they get to have a little bit of action sequences, and we got Oracle, we got Barbara kind of sort of coordinating everything, and also dealing with like other safe houses and stuff. I like that they call like taking down the safe houses. Oh, you got to give them the poison pill, and it's like floods the room with like this, I assume is like acid or something, just to like melt everything down.
It reminded me a lot of that Batman the Animated Series episode, Over the Edge. Oh, our backs are against the wall. The cops are coming to raid all our stuff. Now we gotta burn everything. We gotta get rid of everything we possibly can to make sure they can't lead it back to us and assumedly find out our true identities.
Yeah, we gotta go hide everything we can in the catacombs below a church where Azrael has said that like, oh, the priest will allow this sort of stuff just here. Just park the cars and bikes here.
Not just any Azrael either. That's the fucking second Azrael, Michael Lane. I'm like, oh my god, they remembered Michael Lane existed? Holy shit, Matt Fraction.
Yeah, it's great.
Which also explains, why haven't we seen Michael Lane since he was introduced? I've been living in the catacombs under the city.
I've been looking after the Batmobile. I've been looking after the Batmobile.
that I thought was a great bit there, where it's like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the good side of the Church of Saint Dumas is watching all of Batman's illegal shit. Yeah. And oh man, Duke has such a great moment here where they're chasing after him with armored personnel carriers, and Duke is like, hey, I'm still the only member of the Bat family who actually has meta powers. Can I like blast these guys with my light powers and that be the end of it? And Barbie being like, no, if you use meta powers, that will be seen as an escalation, and then Vandal and the mayor can call in like the goddamn National Guard on us. Which I like that. I'm like, oh, so things can actually get worse from here, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I like Fraction keeps doing like what he's been doing across these issues, where it's like, oh, Batman has like a new gadget every issue, and this one is like the bat bollards, which he puts up when he puts up in front of like the big car chasing Duke and just crashes it. It's great, so fucking cool.
That's beautiful. The explanation is even better, where it's like, did you always have those, Batman? Yes, I have them over most of the city. Not as many as I need, but I have them, and come tomorrow, Vandal Savage will be pulling up every piece of asphalt in the city looking for them. And I'm like, oh, you had this in your back pocket for a while. Like, I can only use it once.
Yeah, before everyone knows.
I love that. Batman is like, dude, I got plans within plans. I got shit you don't even know about because I can only use them once.
I'd love for like them to do like a special issue where it like talks about like, okay, so like the logistics behind all of that stuff, like Batman, like he would have to like add like night works. He's like shuts down like part of like a road to like dig up the road and put it in. And
yeah. Did Batman do that himself? Did he pay people to do it? How did he do that? I just love the idea of Batman. He goes out in costume with a full hard hat and orange vest on. And he's just digging up the street. No one must ever know. I must do this from the hours of 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. every night when everyone's asleep. And someone up in their apartment being like, oh, there's that Batman again, digging up the street like he does. Well, it's none of my business. I'm not going to get involved nor tell him to stop. But yeah, so they're doing good, and Steph has a moment of being like, hey, shouldn't Tim be out here helping us? Oh, yeah, right. He's having a normal life now.
Yeah.
He's turned his back on superheroing. But we get that beautiful moment of he's setting the table for dinner, but he hears the sirens, and he looks longingly out there, imagining the life he left behind, because you can take the boy out of the Robin costume, but you can't take the Robin costume out of the boy, can you?
Yeah, that's our Chekhov's gun. He's gonna come back at some point, but Bernard's gonna tell him, fucking go and save your family.
Yeah, go be a superhero, you idiot. Yeah, 100%. That's what it's going to be. Shit's going to get so bad. And then just when you think all hope is lost, oh, look, it's Robin. He came back to help us, and he's doing cool guy shit.
Yeah.
Hell, I heard a rumor that Fraction might actually be like using this as like a backdoor to build up to an actual new solo Tim Drake title.
I'd be up for that.
I would be too. I would happily read it, especially if he's the one to write it.
Yeah.
Which, what an interesting way to do that. There's a man who really understands comics. I'm going to take your Tim Drake away so you miss him. I'm going to leave him out just long enough so you think he might be gone forever. And then just when you're at your most upset, I am going to release a new solo Tim Drake title. So if you want him to stick around, you're going to have to buy the book and support it long enough for me to keep writing it.
That's a man who understands comics.
That's a guy who understands the fucking industry. And it's like, oh, Matt Fraction, you madman. And he's like, I made people buy a Jimmy Olsen book. Don't fuck with me. I know what I'm doing. And it won a bunch of awards, so you know. But yeah, that's good shit. Of course, everything ends up going horribly wrong. The armored response guys beat them to a place. It looks like Steph is going to get captured, but then when all hope looks to be lost, Oracle sacrifices herself to save the rest of the team by willingly giving herself up. And she has a heroic speech being like, it's been an honor serving with all of you. It's basically like a captain when the ship is going down. And it's like a really awesome moment for Barbara.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, she gets the clock tower gets raided, and she gets pulled out. It's implied that like she came peacefully, but the cops still beat the shit out of her.
Beat her up
next time
anyway.
you see your blood glasses are broken, covered in blood.
Yeah. Oh, Matt Fraction is not being subtle about his distaste for cops in this series.
Nope.
Remember those other dirty cops that started all of this and everything? Oh, yes, Matt Fraction is saying it without words.
Yeah, and while all this has been happening, we've been seeing like the family like placing like charges around, thinking, and you're like, oh, what's this? And then we find out, while all this was happening in the city, Robin and Batman were up at the old Wayne Manor, placing bombs all around the place.
Yes, because that's the next part of their war with Vandal Savage. You took our house, well, now we're going to blow it up, because if we'll do that to something that meant so much to us, imagine what we'll do to you.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people getting mad about this. I'm like, have you read comics? Like, this isn't the first time something like this has happened to the Wayne Manor.
No, and also they haven't been living in the Wayne Manor for like, what, 3-4 years now?
Yeah, a long time.
You had the goddamn Bat Brownstone for a little bit there, and now they've moved into new Pennyworth Manor. If anything, yeah, that's a good escalation. Blow up Wayne Manor. I like it. The one thing that did kind of, throw me for a loop there is when he's talking to Damien and they're trying to have like this sweet father-son moment. And like, I appreciate everything Fraction is doing in this story, but man, does Damien end up being super, amnesiac to his own character development every time there's a new story with him. And it's like, oh, Damien, I thought I had a plan, but you didn't ruin it, son. Now everything I do is because of you. You taught me to work with people and work with a team. Like, I'm pretty sure Batman worked with people before Damien, but all right. And I'm pretty sure Damien was cool before and knew his father loved him in like the 2 Williamson series and everything else. But but Philip Kennedy Johnson reset him because he's gonna be in a new movie soon. So like Damien needs to relearn the same lessons over and over again.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing, especially because I read like a bunch of issues to catch up to this one. So it was disappointing seeing him make that like mistake where he like almost outed his father to Dr. Zeller and then get like rightfully reamed out for that, and then kind of go on to this where it's like, oh, that really kind of meant nothing.
Yeah. I mean, at least he got a little bit of focus there, Damien, and I will take that over what Philip Kennedy Johnson was doing in the Batman and Robin book, which also reset Damien for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Wah wah. And then, yeah, the big ending there is Barbara Gordon gets perp walked, all beaten up and everything, and the whole city ends up seeing it, including her father, who is still a beat cop. And it's like, oh, well, that's going to be a problem for Gordon now, isn't it?
Yep, yep.
Also, you think, is that all going to fall on Gordon? Are they going to be like, oh, Gordon must be Batman if his daughter was working with the Batman? Or do you think they're going to be like, no, we can piece this together if we got Barbara, that surely Bruce is Batman?
Yeah, I think that they're going to come to a point where like someone's going to start piecing it together. Where it's like, oh yeah, Jim Gordon, they're going to tie all these people together, but from Barbara being captured, and oh, Dick Grayson is like her boyfriend. Oh, he must be Batman or someone, yeah.
Tevye saying, why is Jim Gordon not a detective? Now, Tevye, I know you watch my videos every week where I explain in great detail why that is. He got busted down, Gordon, after being a private detective and trying to rejoin the force. That was the end of the Zdarsky books and everything, and that was the only job he could get as a beat cop. They weren't going to let him be a detective again. They're literally making him start over again.
Yeah,
to
and
punish him, essentially.
And because it's all like corrupt and everything, they don't want like the arguably the one honest cop in Gotham to have any sort of high rank.
It'll be interesting. That feels like a good Gordon story would be perfect for like an annual or something where it's like, okay, Fraction, you clearly have something to say about policing in America, but we all love Jim Gordon. It's like all cops are bastards, but we all love Jim Gordon, though. So how are we going to square them circles? I mean, I think the moral of that story is just, well, yeah, he has no power. He's on the ass end of the pyramid. As a good cop would be, he just gets frozen out by the shit cops and has to feed a system that, completely blows ass.
Yeah.
Until he eventually gets beaten down and quits because he doesn't know what else to do.
Yeah. He goes and joins Harvey with his detective work.
Which he did once. That was that whole Joker book, was Gordon as a private detective.
Yep.
So he's had a couple jobs. I wonder when that's just going to be a thing, because I'm assuming by the end of this, they will inevitably defeat Vandal, and once they do, will it just be business as usual? Will it be the city being like, oh, sorry about that, Jim, guess you could be commissioner again?
Yeah, I mean, it has to reset, right?
It always does.
Yeah, it's got to at some point. Maybe like all of this is like what will lead into like absolute Batman coming in, and then he gives them a hand dealing with Vandal Savage.
Oh, don't worry, I'll deal with him. No, it's okay, I got him. And then he takes that Vandal and brings him to his universe.
Oh God.
That would be nuts. Hey, speaking about Absolute, we can talk about Absolute Superman, which was also this week.
Yeah, we learn a little bit more about Absolute Black Adam, King Shazam, as he's called. We learned that he was only Pharaoh for all but 8 days before he got overthrown by someone.
Yeah, hey, see what we're saying about trying to be a good guy in the Absolute universe? Even if you're being a, fractured good guy like Teth Adam, still the world actively works against you.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. They don't mention who overthrew him, but I wonder who. I wonder if it maybe was Brainiac, or I like how he calls them the Wizards Brainiac. Like they're his wizards.
That's very fun.
That's pretty cool.
Look, man. To me, their technology might as well have been fucking magic.
We learned that he 8 days. It took him 3 days to like stop all war, and then obviously something happened to him.
Yeah. Do you think it was Hawkman? Because Hawkman shows up. Maybe this is how they get in the Hawkman reincarnation thing, where it's like, yeah, you got beaten over the head by the original Qatar Hall.
Maybe because remember when Carter in the 40s was going into that tomb, that was a tomb for Teth Adam, and there was Hawkman
with Brainiac arts
and Hawkman stuff. The Hawkman mace was in there, so yeah, maybe it was like the first Hawkman beat him.
Or who's the Hawkman villain? The Shadow Priest. He has a name too, and he's always usually around. Maybe that thing belonged to the Shadow Priest, and that's why.
Yeah.
And Shadow Priest becomes Shadow Thief, so maybe that's a way to work that in.
Yeah.
they do such an awesome thing with Black Adam art wise. When he's flying, his cape looks like a black version of Superman's cape, but
Yep.
it also looks like a bird.
Yeah, I love like how Black Adam thinks of Superman as like, because he's so narcissistic. He thinks of
You're a ripoff of me.
Yeah, Superman's just a ripoff of him. He's the evil ripoff of him because again, like the cape, the way his armor is as well, where he has like the power hands and feet with the energy in it, it looks exactly like what Superman looks like. So he's like, yeah, you're a fucking ripoff of me.
You stole my prophecy
Yeah.
and you did it badly. There's so much crime in the world. I can hear it with my super ears and I don't like it.
Yeah. Why can't I kill all these people?
Yeah, we did back in my day. No, we don't do that now, man. Come on, it's the road to redemption. You got to get on. And I had a lot of time to talk to Raish and get him on the good side, and you killed him. Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. That's a bunch of my time I won't get back now.
A little disappointed that Raish got killed because I was so invested in like, oh, they got to like do like make it so that he is redeemed, but like he tries to save the world through other means that get him on the other side of Superman, so they have conflict where his means aren't the right way or something. But yeah, we'll just kill him. We'll just cut him up into small pieces.
I knew he was dead the second he apologized to Talia. He's like, I'm sorry. No, I tried to love you the best I could.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's so fucking dead. You don't say that. You don't have a character say that in fiction when they're not so fucking dead.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And this also becomes a great moment for John Henry Irons, whose origin we get in this issue, which is surprisingly just like his origin in the main universe. I was a brilliant adventurer who got fucked over by big business. I came here today with plans to kill Ra's al Ghul with my big hammer. Now he's already dead.
Yeah.
So what the fuck am I gonna do?
I do like that he saw like Raish get killed, and he's like, well, this didn't change anything. Like, so me killing him wouldn't have changed anything either. So I guess, and then seeing what Superman was doing, Superman has indirectly inspired him.
Yeah, just like he did in the main universe. I am inspired by Superman to try and be a better person now.
Yeah, it's great.
And hey, Adam also drops reference to the reign of the Superman, and I'm like, oh yeah, because we got Steel, we got Superman, we got you, who basically might as well be, any of the other ones. You are basically an Eradicator.
Well, I mean, at the end we have Hawkman, Steel, Superman, and Black Adam, and each of them represent a member of that reign of the Superman. The younger hero who's just starting out with Steel, and Steel represents Steel from the reign of the Super Sons. You got the old hero who's set on killing, like Eradicator.
And then a hero who loves leather jackets, like Hawkman in the Metropolis Kid.
Yeah, who hates being called a hero. Yeah.
Yeah, don't call me Super. Don't call me Hawkman. No, you actually can call me Hawkman. Actually, it's fine. But yeah, that's a beautiful way to end that story, where it's like, ooh, and now it's a four-way dance between all these heroes who have more in common than they could ever possibly know.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely setting that up for some good stuff there. Also, just nice to see Steel again, and nice to see him be given such a place of prominence in this story. He's always one of those guys where it's like, damn, you could do so much more with John Henry Irons, and yet you don't. And every time he does get a series, it never lasts long.
No, yeah, they try so hard to give him like some different status quo or something. Like the only one that's really stuck recently is like, he owns Steelworks, and that's like a big company, and he's married to Lana Lang.
It's also like so funny and like kind of unfortunate, where it's like, hey, the best Steel stories ever written were written by this nice white lady. Everyone.
Yeah, very nice white lady.
Yeah, wrote like the premier important Steel stories. It's like, I guess so, huh? You know what they need to do? If I got to write Steel, I'd be like, okay, he can't live in Metropolis anymore. He has to go to another city to ply his trade, is what he needs to do. That way he will both literally and figuratively not need to live in the shadow of Superman.
Yeah, I'd send him to like a small town, like mining town or something, where he's got to like, be that blue collar hero again.
Yeah, do something like that. Or you could send him to Silicon Valley, where he meets a lot of like-minded people, where it's like, let me guess, you started an app and they promised you the world, huh? And then they pulled the fucking rug on you. Story never changes, kid, does it? because I feel that's like a part of the character that's always resonated with me, where it's like, man, you should have been so much more, and they fucked you, right? The way they do. You had a brilliant idea, and they took it all away from you. You know, because you had a conscience is the thing, because you didn't want your shit being used for war, and they took it away from you.
Yeah.
Which, again, hey, in the absolute universe, that works even better, because everyone is basically stealing this universe, too, where being a good person costs you double, essentially.
Yeah. The universe is actively working against you, literally.
Yeah, every time you try, they work against you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Absolute Superman, pretty friggin' good. I'm really enjoying this new story arc. Yeah. A story that I was pretty damn cold on, Spider-Man 28, the big Fallout issue to Death Spiral. I say Fallout, but it's basically just Peter needing to twiddle his fucking thumbs until the new arc can start.
Of course.
There's literally a scene where he's just sitting in his room and he's like, man, I've had a crazy couple of months. A space gladiator beat me up. I formed my own Guardians of the Galaxy, became Spider Carnage for a bit. Mary Jane killed a guy, and I have a secret cousin I didn't know about. And I'm like, and I don't care about any of these things, Peter. Jesus Christ. And then they also tie this back to like 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, where it's like, oh, I need to stop what is it, a magic time paradox that I started in that book, and they pay it off here. And I'm like, yep, that's a thing that I think only Joe Kelly could care about, because he wrote about it in the other one. There is one scene that is kind of awesome in its disgustingness. He is fighting Absorbing Man, and Absorbing Man throws him through like one of those New York hot dog carts. And Peter gets over on him by throwing hot dogs at Absorbing Man, who touches them, meaning his skin turns into hot dog meat. And oh, it gets worse. That's gross in and of itself. But then Spider-Man defeats him by picking up all the boiling, dirty hot dog water and flinging it at Crusher Creo. So his hot dog skin starts bubbling and melting away. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, freaking Absorbing Man's not even a bad guy all the time. What did he do to you, Peter?
Holy fuck, that's great.
That's so, I'm like, okay, on one hand, you know what, Joe, that's a pretty clever way to defeat a villain. On the other, Jesus Christ.
Does Joe Kelly hate Absorbing Man for some reason?
Right? Yeah, I'm like, what did Absorbing Man? Like, you should save that fate for like the Green Goblin, or like a really serious bad guy, not like a funny doofus who walks the line between good and bad every so often. And his wife Titania there is holding him as he's like screeching out in horrible pain before they both get arrested. And I'm like, you did not need to go that hard on him, but you did. But yeah, it's a big nothing issue. Spider-Man, as always, oh, I'm sad because my life is Spider-Man, is sad. Oh, I'm not sad anymore because the issue's over. Okay, moving on.
Okay. Yeah, next issue, next arc.
It's so hard to relate to Spider-Man's plight when he keeps suffering the same plight over and over again, and when so much of it is so deeply self-inflicted.
Yeah. I mean, the editorial don't want him to move on. Again, that's why I think my conspiracy about the Ultimate Spider-Man coming to an end, because there's too much evolution in those fucking 20 issues, 25 issues.
Yeah, can't have that. Can't let people know there's a better way. And while we're at it, let's also make sure Miles doesn't get a new book right away. Also,
no. Yeah, we'll just reprint all his Infinity fucking comic stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Miles will be getting a new book, but we're making sure that the guy who wrote it is also the guy who wrote maybe one of the worst Miles stories, when we said, hey, he needs a new origin and we need to divorce it from the Ultimate Universe. Oh, wait, everyone hated that? Well, then now Miles has his memories back.
Yeah.
Which could be good. I mean, you know, again, I like the idea that now the new writer gets a chance to like write the real Miles, essentially, not editorials Miles.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Man, deeply forgettable issue.
Yeah, that sucks.
What else? Did you have anything else? I had one more.
I read Batman. That's about it.
All right. Well, speaking of Batman, I had Daredevil, who is like a red Batman in many ways. This is the continuation of the new Stephanie Phillips series, off to a good start. So far, there's a mysterious guy running around Hell's Kitchen named Omen, who's telling Matt that you are going to die. It is my prophecy. Pay no attention to me. There's also like an evil Elon Musk guy who got Matt a job at ESU teaching contract law, which is hilarious. The devil is teaching contract law. And there's a couple new cops who are on the trail of a serial killer. All these things are probably connected. We don't know yet, but the ending was very fun because Matt almost gets hit by a car, only to have Spider-Man swoop in and save him.
Oh, nice. So I'm guessing it's a Spider-Man who is actually written competently and like with some fun.
Oh, not only is he fun, he has a joke in here that's funnier than anything he said in the entire Joe Kelly run. He saves Matt from almost getting hit by a car, and he says, "Hey, Matt, what did I tell you about taking these hit and run cases so seriously?" And I'm like, that's fucking great. I love that already. We're going to get a Spider-Man Daredevil crossover. Sign me up. I am very much into this. I love when Spider-Man is written by other people.
Yeah, not governed by the Spider-Man editorial office.
Yeah, hey, he might actually be able to have some fun and do some things. And also, Spider-Man and Daredevil don't team up in the Daredevil book all that much. So when they do, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the owl came back too. He beat up the owl and
okay.
made a pretty meta reference where he's like, man, it's been a long time since I beat up on the owl. And I'm like, yeah, it's true. That last Solid in a mid arc, you only had Kingpin and Bullseye. It's been a long time since you fought like your own original Rogues Gallery, Daredevil. Good point, Stephanie Phillips. I hope you continue to bring back old-timey Daredevil villains like Stiltman and Frogman and the rest.
Nice.
But yeah, I had a fun time with that one. I'm actually rendering that video right now. That'll be up tomorrow.
Cool.
All right. Should we talk about what's coming out this week then? If you only read Batman.
Yeah. It's another little big-ish week, I think.
Yeah. All right. What do we got going on this week, everyone? What can y'all be excited for? All right. So this Wednesday, we're getting Absolute Batman number 20. We're going to get more of the Go-Go Robin Rangers.
Yes, you do. My review and video is already scheduled for this.
Oh, you lucky bastard. I forget you get to read these early, and then you taunt me. You taunt me in your way like a harlot in the night with your early Batman knowledge. Absolute Martian Manhunter 12, which is the penultimate issue of that series. God, I'll have to catch up on that now that it's actually done. Ultimate Endgame number 4, because the Ultimate Universe is still not technically done yet, though Spider-Man is.
Yeah, Spider-Man's done, and we're still getting Spider-Man in this. Well, not really, because Peter Parker died last issue.
He is on the cover, though, which I find kind of hilarious. He's dead, but he's also on the cover. Action Comics 1098. More of, Superboy and the Justice League running around time, trying to track down Clark's ship. That should be good.
Yeah.
Captain America number 11. Man, they got these coming out fast and furious, don't they?
Yeah. I've just finished all my recordings for my big video for that. I'm like, oh my god! And then issue 11's coming. Oh my god.
We got Iron Man number 5. This is Iron Man versus the Advanced Iron Man piloted by the Fixer. Ha ha ha! Advanced Iron Man spells aim.
Yeah.
I like it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. What else? Ooh, we got Firestorm issue number 2. We really liked Firestorm issue number 1.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Another book taking a more horror direction. Why do I feel that maybe this was a pitch for an Absolute Firestorm book, and they're like, no, you could probably do that in the main universe.
Yeah, no one's doing anything with him there.
Yeah. Ooh, Barbara Gordon Breakout is also this week as well.
Yeah, this is in canon because she's just been arrested. I'm guessing, she's going to be sent to whatever prison.
Yeah, whichever one. Blackgate, because they're going to send her to Blackgate's Lady Wing, I assume.
Yeah.
God, I'm so hyped for that. I love a superhero in prison story, and I especially love a women's superhero in prison story because there is a whole subgenre of exploitation films of women in prison, Caged Heat, and all those other ones.
Yep.
This is so my jam. Supergirl number 13, The Mortal Thor number 10. Oh, that's actually going to be ending fairly soon at Legacy issue number 800 for Thor, and then it looks like we're probably going to be doing something new with Thor after that. Probably something movie adjacent.
Go.
What else do we have there? Emperor Aquaman, Jork, the Department of Truth, Something's Killing the Children. Oh, here's a fucking weird one. Amazing Spider-Man Venom Death Spiral Body Count #1, the actual origin of Torment. What an interesting choice. We will give you the origin of Torment only when the story is done and he's dead.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Brilliant storytelling, everyone. What a great job you've done. Seriously, who the fuck is gonna want to pick that up if he's already dead? Null 5, because we're actually getting much closer to Queen in Black. In fact, they already announced the titles that are going to be tying in to Queen in Black.
Yep.
Spectacular Spider-Man, brand new day #1, the brand new Dan Slott Spider-Man book.
Oh.
I'm not even enjoying mainline Spider-Man now, Dan. I can't pick. Why would I pick this one up when I'm not even enjoying the main one? And I'm sure he'd be like, but you might like this one more. Yeah, but it's in the past though. It's a prequel, so I know everyone makes it.
Yeah, nothing's gonna change in the future for this. Yeah.
Come on, but it's Spider-Man going after the Epstein list. I mean the Kingpin list. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, and that sounds fun, but like I just don't have it in me. I'm sorry. All right, that's everything we got coming out this week. Looks like a big meaty week. Also, actually looks like I might have to decide which ones end up going where, actually. Because I like to do 3 and 3, so I might have to actually make some cuts here and there or kick something to next week.
Uh-oh.
If I want to cover everything. But all right, everyone, thank you so much for coming out and joining us. We hope you had as much fun watching as Matt and I did doing the show. We'll be back again next week, same time, same place. Remember, you could listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, all the regular places. The best way to watch us is how you're doing it right now, Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or if you can't do that, we are sure to re-upload the show as soon as we possibly can over on Patreon. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. Helps keeps the light on. Helps, feed me and everything because, I'm a big growing boy with a big comic book addiction. So every little bit certainly helps. And that's about it. Any parting thoughts, Matt? Anything else before we call it?
You can check out the video version of this podcast on my channel, right here where you're watching it right now.
It's so easy. It couldn't be easier. We should have been doing it from the beginning.
That usually goes out because we put it out to Patrons first, and then usually a day after that it comes out on YouTube. So usually like New Comic Book Day, you get the podcast.
Yeah. All right. So that'll just about do it for us, everyone. Thank you, and good night.
Yeah.